In this module, we'll talk about the role of English in broadcasting. Broadcasting is the distribution of video and audio content to a dispersed audience through means of electronic communication, through any electronic communication means. So we will talk about how TV and radio have played an important role in the spread of English. English was the first language to be transmitted by radio. Public broadcasting began in 1920. The first commercial radio was established in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA, and it was no surprise that the language which spread far and wide through radio was also English. By 1922, over 500 broadcasting stations, that is radio stations, had been established in the USA. And looking at the number of the radio stations and the fact that they were all located in America, an English-speaking country, we can fully understand what role broadcasting or the radio stations must have played in the spread of English. British Broadcasting Company, later on it became a corporation, BBC as we know it. It was established in 1922. Later on, broadcasting also began in other English-speaking countries, for example, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Radio services began in other parts of the world as well, including India, in 1927. But it was these English-speaking countries which took precedence in the use and the popularity of radio stations. With this kind of spread and proliferation of radio stations, the need for a regulating body was also felt, and therefore the International Telecommunication Union was established. Later on, other organizations were also established. More regional organizations were formed. For example, Commonwealth Broadcasting Association, European Broadcasting Union, International Broadcast Institute, and the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union. These organizations also had several professional development and educational development kind of functions. They offered bursaries to different people who worked in this industry, and also provided ideas and development in the field of education and other social development areas. Public television was started in 1936, and it was BBC which started our public television. In America, NBC as we know it now, it began its services in 1939. The number quickly rose to 20 within a year. So in the USA, the number of broadcasting companies which offered television services rose to 20 within a year. Other countries started television services much later than America and Britain. Gradually, the number of viewers grew to millions, and now the number of viewers in hundreds of millions. And as we have seen already, the precedence in this case was also taken by English-speaking countries, for example, America and Britain, and the viewership of these countries and the programs which are made in English is higher than any other language. So we can fully understand how broadcasting has influenced the development of English all over the world.